Oi vey, Goyam. Welcome back to a trade recap. We're going to go over the trades I took today. Today we passed our account, our Apex 50K. So we passed this. What did we do? So, obviously I got in at around here. Hold on, let me go to the 3 minute. Where did I get tapped in? I believe I originally got tapped in about the hell. Alright, it must have been on the 1 minute. Yeah. I'm assuming it was right here. The fuck? Alright, we're having a little bit of a struggle right here. So why is it, bro? Hold on. Let me go ahead and just turn this shit on. Alright, here we go. Sell right here. Oh, okay, this is where we got in. So we had our sights set on this. Let me go ahead and oy vey. Alright, here we go. So we had this, and right over here we got tapped in. We had this entry trigger. We rejected out of here. Why did I see this as a valid rejection block? Mainly because we had just tapped in to this daily fair value gap. So I saw that and I was like, huh, it's pretty W. So got tapped in here, and then price proceeded to fall and then started to come back up. When I saw this, originally I had my stop loss like 15 points, which if I left it there, it would have gone like folded, boxed like a fish. So went ahead and moved it to 20. Was willing to risk that. Got tapped in literally. So I saw this manipulation. I was watching it, saw the manipulation, thought I was literally about to get stopped, and no, and then we just came down and we just flushed. So my target for this trade was this 15-minute fair value gap, and I was getting really defensive. I didn't take it for 87 points. I took it for closer to, I believe I took it for like 75-ish, closer to this, because I saw we were coming down. Yeah. I believe it was on the 5, or no, it must have been the 3. Yeah, it was the 3 minute. We made this wick right here, and then I was trailing my stop. As soon as we swept these lows is when I trailed my stop down here. We were going down. We came up a little bit. Original take profit was either at the 50. Originally, I was like, okay, full gap fill, 50%. And then I moved all the way down to here when we swept this liquidity. So we swept this, trailed my stop really aggressively, and we got out for about 75-ish points on this for about a like 1 to 4. So we got that, and then the move ended up going for close to 200 points, which I believe this was a good trade. We tapped into a higher time frame. I don't know why. All right, here we go. We tapped into a higher time frame level, the daily fair value gap. Saw the rejection. You could have also entered in off of this, and then you had 2 potential entries to get in for shorts right here. Tap, and then go. So, yeah. So we had this. I thought I was very satisfied with it, and I was about $300 away from passing the account once we hit this, and so I literally went for a 1-to-1. Got tapped in here, take profit here, boom, boom. So yeah, that's how this trade played out for a 1-to-1 pretty much. Count is passed. Usually I wouldn't want to do that. I have a goal board right behind me. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on. We have 30-day trading challenge for April. Don't mind this. 30-day trading challenge, 1 trade, win or lose, get off the charts, follow system accordingly, blah, blah, blah. So we have that, and we are going into the month of April with a funded account, we're literally just taking one trade. The reason why I've blown any other fundeds is because I'm risking heavy, like 2 contracts with a very tight stop loss, taking multiple trades per day and getting absolutely just diddled, touched. So yeah, there's that. And then so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pay for the activation fees sometime. But pretty much I thought this was decent. Recently I learned that London, how is generally or New York is generally a continuation of London unless we tap into a higher time frame PD array, i.e. daily gap. Sweeping daily highs, swept this, boom, tapped into that daily fair value gap. We got a firm, solid rejection. I think that, there's a good chance we come back up here and tap into this. I think we're going to want to go higher into the daily gap, to be honest. I'll go ahead and mark this out. Yeah, it looks like we're just engineering liquidity in here to go ahead and fill this gap before moving lower. So, yeah. I saw this, saw the rejection, boom, entered in, tapped in, dump. So yeah, there was that. I could have taken it to these lows. I just chose to take it to this gap. So yeah, we got that. W trade for the day. From now on, we're literally only doing 1 trade per day. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my Discord, get that jotted down. So yeah. That's it from me, Goyam Trades. We will be on tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, and we will be taking 1 trade per day. The month of April, 1 trade per day, following our system, our rules. If something doesn't make sense, we don't take it. All that, yeah. So there we go. We're going into this, and then yeah. Main lessons for today. Again, wait for manipulation. We literally got saved by like 3 ticks with our stop. Wait for that manipulation. Generally, price will always give you a re-entry into the move right before it starts to go. Smart money is going to want to get into it as well. So there's most likely going to be an opportunity for you to get in. You have this change in state of delivery right here. Price comes up, taps right into it before setting it lower. So let's just focus on taking high quality trades, stacking our confluences, and having reasonable targets for our trades. Again, we came all the way down here to this gap before we rejected out of it, and then we went higher. Not only that, we made relative equal lows. So yeah, we got that. So decent. Let me see. This would have been perfect. Entry trigger, 2 ticks above. Only thing is, this is like 30 points. This would have to be like a whatever. So there's that. Where would we want to target? Inverse gap. Still good. You can find your entries. You know how to find them. You know how to take these trades. You know how to trade. Sometimes if price action is a little cloudy, smoky, you're kind of confused, don't take the trade. Stay off the chart. Sit on your hands. Lower trade frequency plus, all that, just 1 trade per day the days that you do trade, you're going to see success with that. You've passed 8 accounts. This is your 8th funded you've passed. 8 accounts. 7 of them you've blown. You've blown a bunch of evals as well. So let's just focus on taking good quality, high quality trades. And yeah, leave it at that. So yeah, we got that, bro. So yeah. And I might buy more accounts for CPI this coming April 10th. Accounts are 90% off on Apex. Go check those out. So we got that. All that. So yeah. I don't really have much else to say with this trade recap. I'm happy with how the trades went. Everything all such and such. I'm just seeing this now. This change in state of delivery. Boom. Today, I'm not gonna lie, I like this price action. It wasn't that bad. Pretty decent. And we got tapped in here. Boom. All that. So yeah, we got that. We're gonna continue to just follow our rules. You already know what happens when you break your rules. You blow accounts, and the days that you spent passing a funded account get washed away, and then you have to restart the entire cycle. So how about let's not restart the cycle by being a retard and just take it slow. Secure your profits, minimize your losses, and move on with your day. Trading is not your entire life. This is a way of making money and supporting those you care about. See y'all in the next trade recap.